Coaches, thank you for signing up again and volunteering and helping us out on our flag football season. We sure appreciate you. This is kindergarten through 8th grade. We really appreciate you again. Can't run these programs without you. I'll keep saying it over and over, and I really thanks a lot. So on equipment, we're going to check out you some flags and flag belts. We're going to give you some practice game balls. The kindergartners will use through 3rd grade, we'll use the pee-wee size balls. And 4th grade through 8th grade, we'll use the junior size ball. So we'll check those out to you. Let's make sure we return all that after the season. The more we get back, the less we have to purchase for the coming seasons, and really can get pretty costly. So coaches, do us a favor and bring those balls back immediately after the season. While you play flag football, all the kids need to keep their Kids Incorporated shirt tucked in, and they must wear the Kids Incorporated issue flag belt with 2 flags. We don't buy your own flags. We all want to be the same across the board, everybody with the same type of flag. So, and the flags must hang down from both sides of the waist. The flags may not be tied, pinned, or sewn on the belt. Only tennis shoes or rubber cleats are allowed. No metal spikes out there, coaches. We don't want any injuries with those metal spikes. And once again, if a kid's injured out there and's got a cast or something on, they're not allowed to play on the field. We want to kind of avoid someone else getting hurt or them getting hurt even more. So a team must have a minimum of 7 players to begin a game and no less than 6 players to start the game. Each player has to play a minimum of 6 plays per half. That's 12 plays per game. Each team must allow a minimum of 4 different ball players to carry the ball during the game. Let's spread it out a little bit, try to develop some of these kids and have more than one person carrying the ball all the time. Each game will consist of 4 10-minute quarters with a running clock. If both coaches agree, the game may consist of 2 20-minute halves with the running clock. So coaches, up to you. You can have 4 10-minute quarters or 2 20-minute halves, up to you. Halftime will be 5 minutes. Each team will be allowed 2 1-minute timeouts per half. So that means 2 per half, so that's 4 total. So you can use those timeouts only 1 minute long. Timeouts not used in the first half may not be carried over. So it's 2 in the first, 2 in the second. You can't carry 1 over to make 3 in the second. And the officials can stop the clock if there's an injury or their discretion, if something's happened on the field that they need to stop play and stop the clock. They are allowed to do that as long as it makes sense. A 2-minute warning will be given before halftime and before the end of the game. The clock will not be stopped at this time. It's just telling you, hey, coaches, we got 2 minutes left, so you kind of know where we're at and how much we need to get going. Teams will not share the same sideline. Let's be on opposite sideline. Touchdowns will be worth 6 points. The ball is put in play at the 13-yard line for an extra point attempt. There will be no extra point kicks or field goals. 1 point will be awarded for a successful run play on the extra point. 2 points will be awarded for a pass play on an extra point. A safety will be worth 2 points, just like in regular football. On an extra point attempt, if you intercept the pass or fumble that is caught before hitting the ground, it may be returned by the defense for 2 points. Once it hits the ground, it's dead, but if it is caught in the air, then you can run that back for 2 points. Our playing field that we play on here is 40 yards wide by 80 yards long. There will be a 30-second play clock that begins once the official whistles the ball into play. A first down is the next line to gain or 20 yards. So you know how the flag football fields are painted. So that makes a lot of sense once you get out there, especially for you new coaches. Once you see the field and kind of read the rules and look over it, it'll make a lot of sense to you. This is really important. The defender may not leave their feet to make a tackle. A tackle is made by removing 1 flag, but we do not want you leaving your feet, diving, maybe catching a face at a cleat, or just breaking an arm or something like that. So you may not leave your feet to pull a flag. If a ball carries flag or flags fall off while running, the defense still has to touch the ball carrier before they are considered down. So them flags, they can fall off if no one has pulled it and they're just running. You still have to at least do like a touch football play to put the ball down. Charging is not allowed. Charging means like running to another player to avoid being tackled. If someone's coming to grab your flag and you stick your shoulder down and run him over, that's not allowed at all. Or in an effort to block a defender, you can't charge at him in blocking a defender. No kickoffs in flag football in this program. Instead, the ball will be placed at the 30-yard line of the receiving team. The clock starts on the placement of the ball. Following a safety, the ball will be spotted at the 50-yard line. There are no punts. When fourth down is announced, the team in possession will have the option to either play the down or turn the ball over. If the ball is turned over to the opposing team, they will begin possession from their own 30-yard line. So you don't get the ball where they were at, you will get it at the 30. Now, if they play it and they don't reach the first down, you'll receive the ball where that play ended, just like in regular football. The ball is dead when the flag's pulled. The ball is fumbled or hits the ground. That's really important. If the ball hits the ground, it is dead. If the knee hits the ground from the ball carrier steps out of bounds. Touchdown is scored. And on the offensive alignment, must include 3 players on the line of scrimmage. And on defense, you must have at least 3 players on the line of scrimmage at the least. You must be 1 yard. The defense must be 1 yard past the scrimmage at the snap. Linebackers, cornerbacks, and safety must be 3 yards off the line of scrimmage at the snap. The defense cannot intentionally attempt to cause the offense to false start. No jumping and trying to get them to jump like that. And that's going to be a strict judgment call by the referee. There will be only 1 offensive player in motion at a time. Shield blocking is the only kind of blocking that's allowed. And blocking below the waist is not permitted at all. Shield blocking is defined, it's just kind of impeding the defender's line of play. You know, if you're running in front of him, got your arms behind you, and just kind of blocking his path, but you cannot charge at him, as we talked about earlier. The blocker cannot use their hands, hips, elbows, legs, knees, or extend their arms to block. And once the ball carrier gets past the line of scrimmage, you may not block downfield at all, not even the shielded screen blocking. A player must have 1 foot in bounds when making a catch. An incomplete pass behind the line of scrimmage will be a fumble, and that play is dead at the spot of incompletion. So if they throw a backwards lateral top pass, hits the ground, it's a dead ball. Interceptions can advance if the player still has his 2 flags. Let's say they intercept the ball, they become a ball carrier. So they're free game, and you have to pull his flag to stop the play, just like any other. You have to snap the ball to the quarterback, no snapping to the running back or another player. And you may have 1 lateral pass behind the line of scrimmage. All right, let's talk about spinning. Spinning is allowed, but players cannot leave their feet to avoid. They can't jump. They can't fall back and leave their feet or anything. But their spinning is allowed as long as they're not leaving their feet. So coaches, all of these rules are on our website, and they're in the coaching packet that you received. Please study over them. I mean, I want you guys to know these really good, so that way, you know, our referees need to know them too, so we're all on the same page, because we definitely want to play all on the same level field. So please study those rules and get to know them. If there's any questions on those, please reach out to all of us here at Kids Inc. and myself especially anytime you need. Let's move to penalties. So penalties is going to be same as any football: false start, illegal blocking, that's 5-yard penalty. All these are 5-yard penalties. Downfield blocking, charging, flag guarding, which is using your hand to swipe a flag, or if a shirt's hanging over the flag belt, it will be called a flag guarding. Legal forward pass, pass interference, if you leave your feet to avoid a tackle or delay of game, those are all 5-yard penalties. And also offsides, illegal rush, charging, leaving feet to die for a flag. All those are going to be 5-yard penalties. We have a few unsportsmanlike conduct penalties for coaches, players, and important fans. First offense is a 15-yard penalty and automatic first down. Second offense, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down, and the coach, player, or fan will be asked to leave the playing area. Games will not continue until that fan or coach or player leaves that playing area. Individuals ejected from the game will be contacted by the Kids Incorporated office. We're not going to get to this, coaches. I appreciate you guys. You guys keep control of your teams, your players, your fans, and yourselves, and I'm sure it's going to be a great season, and hopefully we don't see any of this, but we do have this in here, so just keep in mind that it's your role as to keep that under control. So that's the end of the flag football rules for kindergarten through 8th grade. There's a lot in here. Just make sure you study them and get with us. Once again, we appreciate you. We can't do it without you, and we look forward to a great spring flag football season, and see you soon.